Good morning. It's about 6:30. I've been laying here for 35 minutes and I'm wide awake, but it's cold out. So that's why I don't want to get up. It's about 7:30 and we are hiking. And yeah, we're gonna try and do about 16 to 17 miles. No distractions today. Quick feet. Gonna get it done.
The scenery has changed a little bit. We are hiking through a controlled burn area, so a lot of the undergrowth is mostly gone, and there's a lot of these ferns, and then you can see all the trees are kind of charred. And so far today, the rocks have not been bad at all, and even though I've hiked through here before, I don't really remember when the worst of the rocks stopped, but hoping it's pretty soon. While they're not too bad, it just gets a little annoying. Kicking rocks and tripping over them. But overall, they haven't really caused any problems or hurt our feet, so that's good.
It is the second day in a row that Crunch has stepped in poop. We're hoping it is dog poop, but he stepped in some yesterday in his camp shoes and now today on trail. How do you feel about that?
Not happy.
Not happy.
This is one of very few running streams in Pennsylvania.
We just hit 1,000 miles. Woohoo!
We just made it to the 501 shelter, which is a very unique shelter, fully enclosed. It's got like cool skylights. You can get food delivered here. And then just on the other side of it is where the caretakers live. And I believe we can charge our electronics down at their house. And yeah, it should be a nice cozy place to spend the night. This is the inside of the shelter. It's got this nice big picnic table in the middle, and then there are bunks all around the outside of the room. And they even have games to play. I will be setting up Battleship and then beating Brooke, like usual.
There you go.
Actually, she beat me last time, so I need revenge.
In Vermont.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna beat you again.
We'll see.
Good morning. It's about 8 o'clock and we are hiking, obviously. We had a nice day at the 501 shelter. We did not get food delivered because both of the pizza shops are closed on Monday. So that's kind of a bummer, but that's okay. We made some backpacker meals and went to bed early. I was up for a few hours the night last night, which is just the worst because like, oh, I gotta be up at 6 to start hiking. There's no like sleeping in, kind of like if you were to have a job. I mean, we could sleep in, but it would mess up our mileage and the days are getting shorter. So yeah, I thankfully woke up pretty rested, so that's good. And yeah, we'll see where today takes us.
Pretty cool bridge. We've made it to Swatara Gap. So we just took an Uber in from Swatara Gap, just down the road about 2.5 miles, to this Holiday Inn Express, and they had pretty reasonably priced rooms, and so we decided to come in and clean up, do some laundry. It's been quite a while since we've done that, so we were starting to stink pretty bad. And yeah, gonna try to get back out to trail pretty early tomorrow and get to Duncannon in 2 days. We just got Wendy's for the second time since getting to the hotel, and as usual, we almost devoured all the food before we could show you guys, but I caught half the meal for you. And after this, we are headed to bed.
Good morning. We had a lovely stay at the Holiday Inn Express. That was probably the nicest hotel that we have stayed in this whole time. So that was super nice. Had lots of Wendy's and watched movies, and I wish I could say I slept well, but I think this time change is really messing things up for me, throwing off my internal clock and my circadian rhythm. Yeah, and the clock in the hotel room was wrong, so I kept seeing it and thinking, oh, it's almost time to wake up, and we were gonna wake up at 6:30 this morning, and so it said 6:30, and I'm like, oh, like it's, why isn't his alarm going off? It's time to wake up, and it was really 5:30 because I hadn't set the clock back. So but we're gonna do a pretty big day today to get closer to Duncannon because we are getting a box and some new shoes and meeting up with the trail angel.
We're crossing a flowing stream.
We are currently walking down an old railroad bed. The AT went through a beaver dam and it was likely flooded out given recent far out comments So we decided to take the Blue Blaze and keep our feet dry. We're trying to do a pretty big day and it's pretty chilly out, so wet feet would not be fun. But yeah, this is really pretty and easy terrain, so it's pretty nice.
So we have about 5 miles left to camp, so we're gonna be doing a little bit of night hiking. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. It's so crazy how early it gets dark. We have made it to camp for the night. It's about 7 o'clock. We stopped about a mile short of where we were originally planning on going, but that is just fine. We are only about 17 miles from town, so should be a fairly easy day tomorrow. Not a lot of climbing, so we should get there at a good time. We are about to lay down, eat dinner, and watch Survivor.
Good morning. We started hiking at about 7 o'clock this morning, and we're going like a little less than 18 miles into Duncannon, and we're gonna stay with a trail angel named Natalie and her husband. And yeah, we're really excited. We've been chatting with them for a while now. Looking forward to chatting with them in person and staying in their lovely home and eating home-cooked food. And yeah, we just couldn't be more grateful for all of the people that have been helping us. A lot of trail magic in PA, which has been really nice. SOBOs don't get as much trail magic. It's just not the most common hiking season. Obviously everyone else is typically going NOBO and they get the bulk of the trail magic, so it's been a pleasant surprise to be having so many people helping us out in PA. And my aunt is also going to come down and meet us tomorrow, which will be a lot of fun as well. So yeah, lots to look forward to, and it's a pretty cloudy day. I think the sun might come out in a little bit, but we're just gonna be ridge walking all the way to Duncannon, essentially, until we descend down into Duncannon. So it should be a pretty easy day.
So out of nowhere, it started to rain. When we looked at the weather this morning, it was just supposed to be cloudy, really low chance of rain. And then like an hour later, it was like 80% chance of rain. So it's not raining too hard, but it's definitely annoying. We've both got our umbrellas out. But hopefully it won't last too long. We just stopped for lunch here at the Peters Mountain Shelter, which is by far one of the nicest shelters on trail. Kind of reminds me of like the ones down south with the loft up above and covered picnic tables, and yeah, super nice. And the rain stopped, which is also nice. The sun was out for a little bit. Hopefully it'll come back out again. And we have like about 11 miles to get to Duncannon. crossing the bridge over the Susquehanna River. I have no idea if that's how you say it, but we're almost to Duncannon.
We just made it into Duncannon. We are going to go pick up our resupply box and our new shoes from Kind of Outdoorsy, which is an outdoor store, but they're closed, so they actually gave it to the thrift shop next door because, well, the woman who owns Kind of Outdoorsy, her daughter owns the thrift store, so that was nice of them. And they also let me buy a can of fuel over the phone, and they put that with our boxes. And yeah, we're gonna pick up some appetizers and a slice of pizza before the trail angel picks us up. This is a first little free pantry. Usually you see little libraries, but this is a pantry. I love it.
So we just stopped at the pizza place in Duncannon for a little appetizer before we head to Natalie's house for dinner.
Out with the old and in with the new.